So what brings you out here today?
Sure. So I'm out here Sanders today because I believe in his grassroots message that this campaign isn't just about him, it's about all of us. And I think the kind of political revolution that Sanders is talking about that brings people together is the exact kind of thing that we will need to create the change that we want to see in the world, that takes down the fossil fuel industry, that provides good paying, secure jobs for all of us, and that allows us to live in an America that isn't going to melt or catch on fire or drown itself anytime soon.
And is there a policy that is there a policy of his that you really like, a favorite policy?
Yeah, I love the Green New Deal. I think that we have so much political will in this country and we have so much money in this country. And if we can steer some of that money toward creating 20 million jobs for people in America, that works to stabilize our infrastructure, that works to change the way that we live to make it more sustainable instead of extractive, sustainable processes instead of extractive processes, then we should be putting money behind those things. We should be putting people to work in those areas, and we should be doing that. And that's why I love the Green New Deal, and that's why I love that Senator Sanders is a champion of it.
Yeah, what would you say to those who think the Green New Deal is too expensive, costs too much money, really?
That's it. I mean, I think that that's a really valid concern. We were out canvassing Iowa City yesterday, knocking on doors, talking to folks, and that was a big concern that we heard from a lot of people here in our neighborhoods out in Iowa City. And to those people, I would say, let's think about the sheer amount of money that floats around in America, okay? Not counting the billions and billions of dollars that we appropriate to defense spending every year that gets us into trouble with countries like Iran. Do we need to defend our national interests? Yeah, of course. But the amount of money that goes towards government contracts and defense spending that could be rerouted to creating more sustainable jobs for people. It exists. If we took just the GDP, not even all the investment people have, not even the wealth, just the gross domestic product that we generate every year as Americans, we could pay everybody 65,000. What? 75. Every person, you and me, not counting kids, right? Everybody in America could have $75,000 a year. That's not the kind of wealth redistribution that Senator Sanders is calling for, but it's a statistic that goes to show just how much money exists in America. We absolutely have the dollars to pay for it. We just need the political will to do it.
And there are other candidates that do support the Green New Deal.
That's true.
Why Senator Sanders?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So I was really on the fence between Warren and Sanders for a long time. I have donated money to Warren's campaign before, but for me, it came down to seeing that Senator Sanders is somebody who ideologically, down to his core, has this philosophical background of universality, right? He really believes that not just because we have the money should we do these things, but he believes that because we are people, we deserve dignity, we deserve jobs, and we deserve to create the kind of world that we believe in. And so I think having the strength of those ideas behind his platform is what motivates me to vote for him instead of somebody else who just votes for the policies.
And you believe Senator Warren didn't have that?
That's a really good question also. I think that Senator Warren is also, somebody who believes in that sense, but I don't, it's like really splitting hairs at some point for me, but it does come down to this idea of seeing them, when I saw them speak, I noticed that, she seems maybe a little bit more pragmatic and Senator Sanders seems a little bit more ideological. So I think she believes in human dignity. I wouldn't say that she doesn't, but I think that that's what drives Senator Sanders' actions.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Phoenix.